You know, when loneliness takes over, it's easy to start wondering if this is all life has to offer. There are moments when everything feels like it's falling apart, and that empty feeling grows with each day. Feeling alone, as if you're carrying the weight of the world, is a silent pain that few truly understand. But, as difficult as it may seem, this is your chance to discover something profound about yourself. It's in the silence, in the lack of answers, that you find the strength to start over. In the midst of this lonely journey, life often takes turns that seem meaningless. You try, you put in the effort, and yet nothing seems to change. But still, every small step forward counts. It doesn't matter how many times you've fallen or how long you've stayed down, staring at the ground. The important thing is to have the courage to stand back up. Because sometimes, it's precisely loneliness that shapes our resilience, teaching us to be stronger than we ever imagined. There is a hidden strength in loneliness, one that is revealed only to those who allow themselves to confront what they feel. Being alone, seeing yourself isolated from the world, is a raw experience, but one that is deeply transformative. And in this transformation, true change begins. It's what makes you realize that, even though life is hard, you are stronger than you think. Loneliness can be your teacher, not your enemy. How many times have you caught yourself thinking that no one would understand what you feel? Loneliness creates this illusion of isolation, of believing that no one else can see what's inside of you. But in reality, many go through the same feeling, and there's a strength that emerges when you recognize that, even alone, you're still capable of moving forward. Each solitary moment is an opportunity to get to know yourself better, to transform what hurts you into a source of motivation for change. Life doesn't come with a manual on how to handle the pain we face. But there's something special in realizing that you are capable of enduring, of persisting. Loneliness may feel like a burden, but over time, it can become an armor. It's not about shutting yourself off from the world, but about learning to trust yourself, to build an invisible yet unbreakable strength. It's common to feel that something's missing, that there's an emptiness that cannot be filled. This feeling is part of the human experience, an impulse that drives us to seek meaning. And in this process, you find pieces of yourself that may have been hidden. This inner strength grows as you decide not to give up, as you choose to see loneliness not as an end, but as the beginning of something greater. Sometimes, it feels like life only knows how to test our limits, doesn't it? And it's in those moments that loneliness becomes almost unbearable, like an unwanted companion. But in the midst of that emptiness, you can discover the strength to stand on your own. It's a silent struggle that few can see, but one that transforms you in a way no one else would understand. With every challenge you face, you become stronger, more aware that the path is yours alone, and no one else can walk it for you. There are times when the pain of being alone seems to echo inside us, as if there's no escape. But know that there is power in accepting this moment, in allowing yourself to feel, to understand, and to learn from it. Change doesn't happen overnight, it's built little by little. And the strength you find on the darkest nights is what prepares you for the days when the sun will shine again. You won't be alone forever. This is just a chapter. Loneliness teaches us to value moments of peace, silence, and, above all, self-understanding. It's easy to wish the emptiness would just go away, but real change comes when you embrace it and turn it into something positive. This process is neither quick nor simple, but it's powerful. In the end, this time that seems like punishment reveals itself as an opportunity to rediscover yourself, to connect with what truly matters. The strength born from solitude is unique, it shapes your very essence. The world outside can feel distant, almost unreachable, when all you feel is emptiness. Yet it's precisely in this distance that you can find the space to grow. By facing loneliness, you start to realize that you don't always need someone else to validate your achievements, to tell you that you are capable. You find within yourself the courage to move forward, to reinvent yourself without waiting for an extended hand. You are your own strength. There are moments when the lack of companionship makes us believe that something is wrong with us, as if being alone is a sign of failure. But the truth is that solitude can be fertile ground where change is planted. It's the moment when you begin to free yourself from the expectations of others and build a path based on who you truly are. Life always challenges, always demands, but the reward of discovering your own strength is worth every silent moment. Being solitary doesn't mean you're lacking or less important. On the contrary, it's a phase in which you learn the value of your own presence. After all, if you don't feel whole in your own company, how will you be ready to face the challenges that lie ahead? This period teaches resilience, self-reliance, and, most importantly, a new view on what really matters. In the end, solitude shows you that you are enough. When you look around and realize that your only company is yourself, a feeling of loss may arise, as if something is missing. But the truth is that this emptiness, as painful as it may be, can also be an invitation to connect with your essence. Loneliness has this unique ability to confront us with who we truly are, without masks, without distractions. It's a chance to better understand your own strength and discover that the motivation to move forward has always been within you. It's normal to wish time would speed up, for this phase to end soon. But solitude, when well understood, can offer a new perspective on life. It teaches us that happiness doesn't need to come from outside, that there is a peace we can only find within ourselves. Each second you spend with yourself is another step toward building a stronger, more secure version of you. Change begins when you accept that your own company is enough to face the world. The strength to keep going, even when everything seems dark, comes from the courage to believe that things can get better. Even when you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, even when life feels too difficult. Loneliness doesn't define who you are, it's just a stage of learning, a phase of transformation. And this phase can prepare you for the future, make you someone who can face any obstacle with determination and confidence. Sometimes, life pushes us into moments where all we have is our own company. And, in these moments, you can choose to see loneliness as a burden or as an opportunity to strengthen yourself. It's hard, but this is precisely where resilience is born. By facing the silence, you realize you're capable of much more than you imagined. And each time you stand up, even alone, you prove to yourself that you possess a strength that no one can take away. Being alone doesn't mean you have to face the world without help, but rather that you're capable of overcoming the inner battles only you know about. It's a chance to reinvent yourself, to discover a purpose that goes beyond other people's expectations. Loneliness teaches lessons that no one else could, reveals a courage that can only be found when all that's left is you. And it's this courage that will make all the difference in your journey. In the end, loneliness is a stage, a part of the path you need to walk in order to grow. It's not permanent, but what you learn from it can stay with you forever. Use this experience to build a life based on strength, purpose, and confidence. You are capable of turning loneliness into power, of making this emptiness a foundation for everything you dream of achieving. In the end, you realize you were never truly alone, you always had yourself. Now, let me ask you, how long will you allow loneliness to control your life? How long will you let emptiness dictate the directions you take? It's time to turn this feeling into fuel for change, to see the strength that exists within you, and to act with purpose. Every challenge, every dark moment can become a springboard for the life you deserve. Are you ready to face all of this and come out stronger? So go ahead and start. Take the first step today. Find something you truly believe in, something that makes your heart beat faster, and go all in. Stop hiding. Stop doubting yourself. Life is out there waiting to be lived, and you have everything you need to succeed. And if this message resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on notifications to keep following this journey of transformation.